a lot of stuff shared with you about what is coming up with us, what is coming up with the questions. There was amazing questions, and we're going to continue talking about, as always, on Wisdom Wednesday about what show up in the grid for the week, which is the grid of protection. So it's going to be a fun day. Sit tight. And we are live on YouTube, so we are officially ready, right? Yes, it's live. Okay, so we are good to go. Just get my reminders here. One minute, and as always, know that I have, I have my phone up here, and I have the computer, so I may be looking for like different places. So, what we are doing today? Today is Wisdom Wednesday. Hello, Alicia. So good to see you here, and welcome everyone that is popping in, and welcome if you're watching the replay. I'm Patricia Missakian. I'm the founder of the Akashic Records Institute, and every week we celebrate our lives and you and get together, and we open the energies of the week every Monday, where we connect with a grid from the sacred crystal codes, and then on Wednesday we expand the energy of the week. So this Wisdom Wednesday, the theme is breaking agreements through the Akashic Records, right? Working with the Akashic Records to support you in breaking old agreements. And so what we are going in as we move into the middle of the week, Wednesday, right? We go deep into the healing energy crystal of protection, which came through this week. And we started looking at how to leave old agreements behind, how to not those agreements, block you from moving forward in your life, from continue, stepping forward through what you believe, through what you know you're meant to be, and especially to being the love that you are, and impacting the lives of every single person that you meet. And when I say that, no matter what you do, no matter if you lead 1 million people, or if you, are leading your children, or if you, so lead is being who you are in your authenticity, and being the love that you are, and strengthening those connections, no matter what they are. If it's a one person that is always around you, if it's 1 million people, no matter what that is. And the more you are focusing on that, on being who you are, on showing up as yourself through life, and just, seeing every day as an opportunity to experience something new, to learn something new about yourself, to receive something different. The most beautiful thing I learned from my cousin, he passed away, he's no longer here. He wrote a poem, and in the poem he says, I expect, always to expect. And there is so much wisdom into that, because sometimes we feel out of alignment because we go into a experience with particular expectations, and looking through the point of view of energy. Those particular expectation is not even ours. It's stuff that we're getting from other people. We are all intuitive. Some of us are more aware that we are, others are not. But if you're here, you're getting, you are in this vibe. What happens is, we are, even if, when we are close to someone, we are automatically getting all that information, that stuff, right? Their fears, their worries, and their goals, and their desires, and what is important to them. So as you are, if you see someone that is, setting what is in alignment for them, and you just get that, and you don't, and just take that for yourself, you're going to be frustrated, because you're going to be going for goals that are not yours. You're going to be going for things that don't really matter to you, but matter for that person, but you thought it mattered to you. So it's kind of confusing, but it's important to understand that when you connect through your Akashic Records, connect through your true self, and through your true mission, what you are meant to be doing in the world, none of that matters. You no longer, get, distracted by all this noise, by all this stuff. And what happens is you just know what step to take, and you take the next step, and you take the next step. And what happens is fulfillment, is joy. And that is what we are all looking for. If for someone else it's important to have 6 figures, for someone else it's important to have 7 or 8 figures, or whatever the number is, it does not has to mean anything to you. So this is very important for you to connect to your records and know who you are and what is really important for you, so you're not wasting your time and your years and your energy running behind something that is not yours to run behind, right? Let that for whoever's important that. So this week we're going to go deeper into this energy healing of protection. So when we leave a particular situation and our ego, don't feel that was a good situation, like you're going out on the street and you fall in a hole, whatever metaphoric that is for you, you're stuck in a row until something happens. So you figure, a power inside of yourself and get out of the hole, or someone helps you to get out of it, stands a hand for you. But next time you walk on that street, you're going to know the hole is there, and you're going to run around the hole, go around the hole, so you're not falling inside the hole again, right? So that is why it's so important to understand, visit, connect to your Akashic Records to know where were the places that you made agreements, that you fall in a hole, and you spend a lot of time, oh my gosh, I'm in the hole, instead of, I wonder how I'm going to get out of this hole. I wonder what this hole is awakening me so I can get out of it. Everything is how you're looking at the situation. There is always, your glass can always be full or can be empty, right? So when you understand that all that, beliefs and the emotions created by when you were in the hole, when you understand that it's important to no longer carry the weight with you, you can clear, cut, break down those old agreements, right? That, the ego uses to hold you back. Like, oh, I'm not going to, I'm not going to promote my work because the last time I promoted, I attracted this person that created this confusion. Or I'm not going to go out and reach out to that person that I really know I can help them because they're going to think I'm pushy, or whatever your ego is trying to do to make you stuck. It's those protection layers that we are working on this week. So that's why tomorrow we have a very powerful Akashic clearing that we're going to support you in. Actually, I'm going to call my healing guides for the group that is participating, and we're going to support you in clearing those contracts, letting go of that weight, so you can soltar. This is a word in Portuguese. It's the most important thing. In English, I would say it's surrender, right? So if you surrender to all that stuff that is not you, that is not even, like I started talking in the beginning, that is not even your goals. Surrender to all. Surrender to everything you think you own, because it's all illusion anyways, right? So it's going to be a powerful healing session. And as I promised, today at the end of our live, we're going to do a drawing for 3 people to participate. I said 1, but let's do 3 people. 3 people that shared our lives. You're going to get to 3 people is going to win a participation in the Akashic Clearing. And if you don't win, not to worry, it's only $22. You can just join. There is a link here, and you can participate in tomorrow's live Akashic Clearing. This is a membership program that I offer to my students and those who are, ready to continue week by week, be committed to release this that is not you, these old triggers that holds you back. So it's going to be an honor to have you tomorrow. The link's up here. So, and today I'm also going to answer a few questions that came through about our Akashic Records Certification Program. The first live class, like the first, I would say the class is open already. You need to go through the members area to start practicing to be present next week. The next week, it's the mentoring session that you have with me. So I'm going to first start answering a few questions about the certification program, and we're going to tie into more. There were some questions that were more specific about the certification program, and there were another questions that were more like personal questions but I really wanted to answer because it's going to support you so you can understand how working with the Akashic Records, no matter how, if you work with me, if there is another course that whatever that is, that work with the Akashic Records. And I really believe that, you learn a little bit everywhere. I have students that went through many Akashic Records programs before they came to me, and they learned the Akashic Records through this methodology that we teach, and they had amazing growth and amazing impact and amazing breakthroughs. We had students that never had any Akashic Records training and also had amazing breakthroughs and brought, it's like almost like you're not, even though it's an Akashic Records certification program where you're going to learn how to be confident in giving powerful Akashic Records sessions to your clients and make a positive impact in the lives of those that you're here to help. More than that, when you go through this journey, through this Akashic Records certification, through the Akashic Records Institute, everything, write it down, everything is going to change for the better in your life. There were, and it was really like 360 degrees. We had students that were having troubles at home, everything shifted. Students that were, like 12 years marriage that they were about to separate, and they reconnected, they realign with their mission together as a couple. Had students that were heartbroken, and through working with the Akashic Records, they found a new purpose, and it's, they're doing awesome. So many different things. And the program is very, very, very in-depth. Although it's very in-depth, the way that I'm structuring the program, you have breaks between powerful trainings. So, for example, when you join today, you're going to have access to a few models that you need to prepare for next week. They are not, you can do it in a week. Take 30 minutes, every other day, and you get there very easily. And actually is going to get you in the momentum that you need to hit the ground running next week when you're going to start giving sessions and practicing sessions with your colleagues. So as soon as you join, there is, short trainings that you can take every other day or so, however you want to do in your calendar. You can do in one day. You can, divide between today and next Wednesday. And then next Wednesday, we are going to do the first mentoring where you're going to go to someone else's records for the first time. Before Wednesday, you're going to learn how to go to your records. Then next Wednesday, you're going to already connect to your classmates, connect to your colleagues, which are going to be the strongest supporters inside the Akashic Records Certification Program. I'm very proud to say that we create lasting relationships. It's so much love and support that happens between the students. And of course, you have to show up, right? Just joining the program and not showing up to the classes, not going in the groups. We have a Facebook group, and we also there's a lot of people that are no longer in Facebook. So we're also going to have for you a Instagram group, a different, not Instagram, is Telegram, where you can connect with each other if you don't have Facebook. So all the students can connect into this beautiful love space where you can exchange sessions. You're going to brainstorm. There is something about when a group gets together, there's a core energy that the group carries throughout. And this group, there is something very interesting. There is this, I would say, the word, it's aligned with the word of the year for me, it's sovereignty. the students that are feeling called to participate in the journey, and the students that are coming back. We have some students that are returning, which is really cool because creates this beautiful synchrony. So there's something about really aligned with a deeper purpose and really dive deeper into that purpose and a deeper connection to trust and to surrender and to just like, and so it is energy. So there is this old energy like awakening, and it's almost like energies of oracles. So it's really cool, like to feel like the energy, like the group being formed. So it's going to be powerful, and there are it's like every single person that is going to be in the program with you, they are powerhouses too. So it's going to be a journey. We do this journey throughout about 6 months, and it's different programs. It's all about the certification program, but you go through different programs. We have Akashic Awakening, which is a program where you learn how to connect to your own Akashic records. And also there is a lot of healing and transformation because you are able to connect with your inner child, the times of your inner child where you made agreements that are keeping you stuck now. We even go to past lives inner childs where you don't know why you completely reacting to situations in particular way, and you are able to go back and clear that and forgive that, and open to new energies. And naturally, it's almost like the way that time works, it works at the same time, even though in your perception time happened, whatever happened at 5-year-old happened at then. If you there is an energy where all times are collapsed, and when you connect through the Akashic records, you are able to now heal then and receives that healing, the shift, and the shift in your energy and your perception now. So they may be up there for some people, but just stay with me. The more you participate in the lives, the more you come together. And of course, these lives are like 10% of what you get in a deep program like the certification program with me. So if you're ready to step fully into your power, into your sovereignty, make sure to be in this transformation. This is the last time I am teaching the Akashic Records certification this year, and it's probably going to take a little longer because right after we complete this Akashic Records certification, I am officially opening the teacher training. It's going to be a training for Akashic Records teachers. However, it's very important that I share that you need to go through their certification from the Akashic Records Institute in order to be able to apply to be an Akashic Records Institute certified teacher. So makes sense, right? So we had a lot of people, we've been, sharing a little bit about it, and we had a lot of people requesting, that went through other trainings, but it's different training, and I need to know that you went through this deep transformation so you can hold the energy for your client, and especially if you want to be a teacher, you need to be able to hold with integrity, bring this training with integrity, and you need to be able to go through the training. So of course, like, seems obvious, but we still have a lot of questions about that. So if you're looking to be a teacher through the methodology of the Akashic Records Institute, you need to participate in this certification now, because there will be no time for you to go through the certification before the teacher training starts. And there is going to be a lot of support for the teachers, and it's all that structure. It needs to create space for that. So right now you have 6 months to go through the certification program and to become very confident in your Akashic Records sessions, and to become, not even that, becoming confident in sharing about your transformational work with the Akashic Records. Inside the 6 months, as I was sharing, we have Akashic Awakening, which is your deep personal transformation. Then we have the first level of the Akashic Records Practitioner, where you learn how to give a full session to your clients. So you go through the Akashic Records Practitioner level 1, and you develop that, start practicing right away. There is a certain numbers of sessions that you need to do to practice this first level. And once you do these certain numbers of sessions, you can start to charge for your sessions with my support. And the reason that we do that while you are in the training is because most people learn a technique, and then the teacher says, okay, go out and give sessions, and then you go, and then you start finding out a lot of stuff that happens when you start going out in the market and start giving sessions, start offering your service and charging for your services and marketing your services. And it gets overwhelming to the point that I have so many people that come to me. They done everything in the face of the world of trainings and trainings and trainings, and when I ask how is your practice, oh, um that's the answer. So in order to be making an impact, in order to take your time, it's an in-depth program that you're going to give yourself the gift of the transformation and the gift of really aligning with all those gifts that are here for you through the Akashic Records, and to give it to your clients, and for you to just go through all that and not feel comfortable in selling your sessions, not feel comfortable in talking about how important is this work is going to be on a person's life. Don't waste your time, right? So because of that, during the 6 months, you have my support to go out and make it happen. I'm very good at making things happen. So you're going to be the mentoring and the support to create that for you. And that is very, very, very important. I don't think anybody else offers that. So inside the training, we have a particular training where you learn how to connect to your business Akashic Records. And through that, my computer did something funny, but we are good. Everybody's here? Yes. So you learn how to connect to your business Akashic Records and receive guidance in particular areas of your business. So every person is different. If human design, for example, I usually have a guest of human design, especially in that when we start talking about marketing and business, because most people, this is something very, very interesting. Most people that are out there, very successful, very, like that you can see, like they are aligned, they're impacting a lot of people, and they are going out there, and you see them all the time, right? You see them doing lives, you see like their team, like emails and all that stuff. You see there is a plan, and as that plan is put into place, things happen. Clients show up, invitations showing up for shows, for live events or whatever, right? So you see all these people doing like that, right? And all these people, especially the coaches, a lot of coaches, nothing against, but there is a lot of coaches nowadays that, all you need to do is get my, I don't know how they say, like my cheat sheet or my whatever, and just have to follow this exactly as it is, and you're going to be very successful. And then we are different people. We are different types of people. If you are, and this is through human design, right? And again, I'm not a human design teacher, but I do invite, different human design experts to talk to my students and support my students throughout to understanding these. It's very, very important. If you have a type that if like I have a type that if I show up, and I'm aligned with my message, and I will magnet a lot of people. But that's my type, and that's like so I am one of these people that I can get those cheat sheets and I can make it happen. But that's not how everybody is. So it's so important both for the teacher and for the student to understand that it's not a formula that everybody can do. It's not how it is. But when you understand your type, and then you go to your Akashic records, and then you connect to the way that you are, all your energy, and then you get the wisdom from the Rex for how you are going to impact the lives, how it works for you, things magic, and then you start attracting a lot of people. But it's very important to understand this. So, and a lot of the things that a lot of people, especially projectors, they do one time and they don't do it again, right? So, but there is something, if you align yourself and then you do it in the, like, one of the examples is Fred Mercury. He was a projector and he went out and he reached out, right? But as soon as he opened his mouth, everybody was like, yeah, you're in, right? So there is a way, and there is a way, and it's so much easier to be aligned to your life purpose, who you are, and go in the easy way. So we are going to work through that, going through those energies when we are working with marketing, when we are working with, and that happens, as soon as you go through, you can do a full session and you're feeling comfortable to start charging as a practitioner in training for your sessions. So you get the support right in the program, and which is going to make you go way ahead when you're completely certified. And as you start making money, it's, you're allowing that money flow. And there's a lot of people that say, well, it is a big investment, and it's all a perspective, right? It's actually, if you follow, the alignment and the practice and everything, I believe is, I actually have to go in the members area, but I believe it's something like, less than $250 a month. So you can, get yourself to, in the beginning, maybe do 2 sessions, and that's already the monthly payment for you to participate in the certification program, and is an investment, right? Is, you're putting energy, you're putting the money, which will multiply as you use that to empower you to continue moving forward, to continue practicing, and become the better that you can be for yourself, right? So you get all this support, like mindset and all that stuff too, which is just natural. And then we work, and then we have the other model, the other courses. Actually, there are 6 courses within the certification program. Then we have the relationship, which you're going to learn how you can, and this is a brand new course, how you can work with relationships in your life. But for those of you that are in the certification, there will be an add-on for that program, for that course, which is how you're going to give sessions for relationships, because it's different when there's a relationship that is 2 people, right? And of course, you cannot go to a records of a person that is not in the session. That is, if a person comes and asks something about the relationship, you can go to the records of the relationship. But if you are a consultant, I will teach you how you can work with the dynamics of, guiding a couple, working with a couple. So this is going to be very powerful. An add-on for those of you that work with couples, in some sort of therapy, in some sort of, working with sexuality and all these areas that you can support couples. When you learn how to work with couples through the Akashic Records, it's going to be a powerful add-on to the work that you already do. So we have the relationship. Then we have the soul purpose training, where you are going to learn how to connect it to your soul purpose. This is, again, this is kind of like the relationship. It's a course that will be open to everyone. And those of you that are in the certification, we're going to get extra training. So you can use that and give a soul purpose session for your clients, right? So this is also super cool. And the last training is the prosperity transformation, where you're going to learn how to give a powerful prosperity transformation. Those are transformations. You're no longer going to sell your services as a one-off. You're selling a transformation. In this prosperity transformation, you go to different areas of the timeline of your clients and help them to break these old ties so they can start making more money. And not only about the money, but when you shift that, when you are able to shift the financial situation of someone. And when I say more money, it's not like because the clients will be broken. A lot of people that come to me, they are already making 7 figures, and there is new level, new devil. can't can't run away from it. So it's an in-depth transformation that you can support someone that is struggling with money. You can support someone that is like in that like ceiling, glass ceiling, and many different areas of many stages of business. So it's very powerful. So this is going to be the last time I'm teaching this year, and it's going to be for those of you that are interested in become a teacher. It's the last chance to join. You need to join this program so we can participate in the other one. So if you have any questions, do let me know. You can send a message to us. You can come on over to our Akashic Records Institute.com and send your message. Now, I'm going to answer a question. There's a beautiful question about the protection, the energy of protection, about value, right? So every single one of us, one way of another, have something going on regarding value, right? And ties into self-esteem, self-worth, all that stuff. I did one very cool live, and I'm not gonna go into it now about self-esteem and self-worth. Check it out; it was kind of fun. So, but all that, so I'm just gonna talk about value, right? Just value in general. So, the question was, I'm not gonna say the name, but the person that asked the question said, so how to clear like feeling like nothing? Parents and society telling you that you are nothing, right? So, but take that to any level for you, right? Sometimes you feel like that, right? So it's important to understand that when you feel like nothing, you got, when you are growing up, and this will be something that the Akashic Awakening would be very powerful for you, going through the Akashic Awakening, because there is a lot of feel like nothing, especially when you say parents and society. There is a lot of that information received through childhood, right? So there are layers here, like there is layers of your parents, right? What was going on in their lives. It's so interesting that people cannot give what they don't have. So if your parents gave you the message, and then we can talk about interpretation and all that stuff, right? In your perception, right? I'm just gonna look at through your lens, right? If your parents give the message that you are nothing, right? There is this, the energy that is coming is like they could not give you something else because they could not give you what they didn't have. So it's almost like the feeling like nothing. It feels like runs, it's a family legacy thing that would be very, very, very important to clear those old agreements for your whole family, to start shifting that for you. So when you understand that what we received as we grow up from parents, from society, right, has nothing to do with us, but it has everything to do with them and what they are able to, right? So when you receive that message and you take that in, especially being a little child, right, you create that that hurt inside of you, right? And the ego, will get that hurt and will try to protect you from that hurt. So anytime there is a situation where your value, your worth, would be on the way, you will find yourself sabotage yourself. You find yourself to move away from it, right? So it's very important to first of all understand that it's if you were able to give permission to your inner child to go back and to see things through this different lens, and start the healing process and the forgiveness process, you will break down that legacy for those who come after you. If you have children, or not even that, if those that you teach by being you, we are all teachers, right? So this is going to be very, very crucial to start, clearing. So ways that we can support with that, Akashic Awakening. That would be the first start. And of course, tomorrow in the healing session, we are going to work with this energy because we are clearing the protection. Understand that in the clearing session, you get what you need at that time. Some people will not relate with the specific feeling like nothing, but there will be tie-ins. There's a lot of tie-ins to that. One way or another, we all have, our own self-doubts, and, our values show up and create all bunch of confusions in your life, and all that stuff always happen, right? So it's important to, first of all, and like see through, like, it had nothing to do with me. That's who they were, right? Like, my mother wasn't able to show her love. Means she didn't love me? No, just she wasn't capable, right? This is like, it's important to understand where people are, and awaken in yourself that love, that value, whatever that is, right? So when you surrender to this, that I received, it was exactly what I needed to receive to find my power. If I had another mother, I may have never have moved away to another country, have went through my learnings and my lessons, and going through that day, that fatidic day in the freeway, where it was the first time that I understood that it was time to listen, start looking for the answers inside, and that's open up the whole journey, the last 17 years of working with the Akashic Records. So whatever, so your past, it's here to propel you forward, connecting to who you are and your power. And the Akashic Records will make this journey a lot easier. So tomorrow we're definitely going to address that. Those of you that asked that question, make sure to join us so we can go in the healing session, go deeper into the clearing for those energies from, whatever. When you show up tomorrow, however the protection, however your ego is sabotaging, we're going to work with that. If you haven't received an Akashic clearing, we work with you where you are. We have a group of people. Every single person will know we are talking to you, me and my healing guides. And of course, we will co-create with your higher self, so you're always protected in the healing sections. I'm very big on boundaries. All right, I am going to close now. This was awesome, great time together with you. Feel free to send me messages with questions. And now we're gonna do a drawing, and this drawing for everyone that shared last week's the 3-part lives. So if you shared, we're going to draw 3 people that share. So, and the present is to come tomorrow to this Akashic clearing that we're going to work with boundaries. All right, so 3 names. And I know whoever show up is going to be meant to be. The name number 1 is, things around, Dave Macchetti. I don't know if it's a Macchetti. I'm going to put the correct later, but Dave MC, I think it's Caty. Congratulations, Dave. Now, the next winner is Stephen Wright. Congratulations, Stephen Wright. My team will contact you. And the third winner, Tammy Meg. I'm so sorry, Tammy. I'm not sure if I'm spelling right. Bnay. So we're going to get the correct spelling and connect with you guys. So congratulations. Thank you for being here. And remember, the Akashic Records certification starts next week. I hope I answered all the questions that came through. If I didn't, just reach out, send a message to my team. We'll be happy to talk with you. If you have any other questions, we also have a webinar. If you want to watch the webinar, let us know. It's all recorded for you. And we also happy to hop on the phone after you watch the webinar. Hop on the phone if you have any other questions. So have a beautiful week. I love you. And those of you that are in the certification, I cannot wait for dive deep with you next week. And everybody else, have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye. Closing on the YouTube. All right, guys, have a good day. It's not closing.